Okay, perfect. So I guess we are live now. So as always, welcome everyone to our regular format of VC pitching sessions by InnMind. And today we're focusing on DeFi and infrastructure startups within the Web3 vertical. And as always, I wanted to pass the word first to our dear VCs before we move to the startup pitches. So it would be amazing if our guest speakers, guest VCs would introduce them. Just a brief introduction on your investment thesis, also what type of startups you're currently looking at, where you're proactively investing, so we're on the same page and it's clear for startups to know whether you might be a potential fit or not. So I wanted to give a word first to Andre from Multisig Ventures. So Andre, please, just a brief introduction on your investment thesis and what you're looking at today.
Yeah. Hello again. Thank you for the invitation. We are currently investing in Web3 projects, decentralized finance, GameFi projects, but we certainly love in Web2. So our main focus besides Web3 is tech, HR tech, agriculture, energy, and logistics. So currently we're based in Dubai, and our minimal check is 50K, but we can also invest up to 500K. Yeah, so we are a relatively new fund, but actively committing investments. So at this stage, we're scoring at least 200 projects per month. It's a lot of work. And yeah, our partners individually have participated in many investment rounds before. Roughly, we have over 20 companies in our joint portfolio. So each of our partners is expert in something like venture building, fundraising, marketing, hiring, and go-to-market strategies. We're trying to provide some value for our portfolio companies. So it's really a short overview. If you'll have any questions, so don't hesitate to connect us. We're building relationships, we're building partnerships. So yeah, thank you.
Super interesting. Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. Glad to have you with us today. Amazing. So I wanted to then give a word to Adam from Maestro Ventures. Adam, are you here?
Adam didn't join yet.
Okay, cool. Okay, then we'll wait for Adam and then give a word him later on, or maybe he will join us watching in YouTube. Perfect. So Joe from Stratified Capital, our old friends and partner of InnMind. So Joe, please, just a brief introduction.
Sure. So Stratified Capital, we focus on Web3 early stage, and our portfolio covering the infrastructure like layer 0, layer 2, and of course DeFi. It may have several things. So we provide more than the money. And two things that we are looking for. One is the technology barriers, especially we are talking about infrastructure. Another thing will be the mass adoption potentials. So these two factors are critical for us. So that's some brief introduction about who we are, Stratified Capital.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you. The next one I wanted to pass the mic to is XR from Blockchain Founders Club for a brief introduction as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yeah, Blockchain Founders Fund, our thesis is quite simple. We're investing across all of Web3 and blockchain. We're industry agnostic, geography agnostic, and we are equity focused, and we mainly look at early stage companies at pre-seed or seed stages. Currently, we're focusing more on the infrastructure side of things.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm sure you'll see a lot of great startups today. Thank you. The next one is, okay, yeah, Clement from Infinity Ventures, crypto. Clement, just a brief introduction, please.
Hi, thank you. I'm Clement from IBC, and IBC started out August last year, and we invested into 180 deals so far, and 1/3 of that is in GameFi, and Guild ecosystem. But we are actively looking into the infrastructure deals and DeFi deals, NFT. Basically, we look into everything, but we are really active into the infrastructure deals as for right now. Our average ticket size is about 200K to 500K, and we generally look more into like safe. We're talking warrant right now.
Perfect, Clement. Thank you so much. Great to have you with us today, as always.
Thank you.
And I see that Adam just joined from Maestro Ventures. So Adam, would be amazing if you shared with us a brief introduction to Maestro Ventures and what you're currently looking for from the pipeline. Hey, Adam. I think he didn't connect it yet. Adam, are you here with us? All right, maybe he's still connecting. Then I wanted to pass the mic to Ivan and Philip from Aves lair for a brief intro as well.
Hey, pleasure to meet everyone. My name is Evan from Aves lair. I also have Philip on the call as well. He's a colleague of mine. And just to give you guys a brief introduction, we're a early stage investor that primarily focus on Web3 and crypto. So it's pretty generic, but overall, we're still kind of drafting up different narratives and different investment thesis around the crypto space. And yeah, what we really look for is, I would say, companies in the very early stage. We incubate a lot of companies. We've done a lot of accelerators. And currently have launched a VC arm to kind of go along with what we're doing. So just to be brief, I guess given the current market conditions, we are looking at a lot of infrastructure plays as well as DeFi products, but still kind of still looking around, shopping around on what is going to be the next big narrative with the big flush that's happening in currently in the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ivan. Yeah, great to have you with us. And then I wanted to pass the word to Jay, Jack, and Ben, amazing team from Alphabit Fund. So not sure who will take over the intro.
I'll do it. Thank you for having us, guys. So I'm Jay and I'm from Alphabit Fund. We're a crypto asset fund based in the Cayman Islands and we've been about since about 2018. Our investment thesis is very broad, we're sector agnostic, chain agnostic, and we often like to get in early on projects. So we're quite founder first and we can help you accelerate or incubate your project. I'm also here from Launchpool and Gamify. So Launchpool is a pre-IDO platform that gets in at the private round, and then Gamify is a launchpad based more towards gaming and metaverse projects. So obviously for this session, not really as useful, but I still thought I'd mention it. So thanks for having us, and I look forward to hearing from everyone.
Thank you so much, Jay. Yeah, amazing. And I think Adam has already connected, or not really. Okay, I see him here with us, but maybe he has some troubles with the mic. Yeah, we will make the Adam's introduction whenever he gets connected. But startups, don't worry. I think Adam hears everything, so we'll pass all the information later on. Perfect. So I'm excited to get started with the most exciting part of today, the startup pitches. And I remind all the founders that you have 5 minutes max to pitch. So I will have to stop you because the game should be fair for everyone. So let me give a word first to Marvin Burton from Maestro, startup from US. So Marvin, feel free to share the screen and start the pitch whenever ready.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, let me look at the time. Okay, so I'll get started. Thank you, everyone. I'm CEO at Maestro. Maestro is an infrastructure provider for Cardano. We're building an all-in-one Web3 dev platform, and our goal is to become the alchemy of Cardano. And so our team and I are a strong believer that Cardano is, at the moment, a sleeping giant. Its ecosystem is quite small, but from the inside, we can see that it's primed to really explode over the next 6 to 12 months. Cardano is one of the biggest chains out there in the world. It is also one of the most secure. We've never had any major hacks in its DeFi ecosystem at the moment. It's one of the most decentralized proof of stake blockchain. and has a very strong community that has shown to be quite resilient even during this bear market. Like I said, the ecosystem is quite young. A lot of dApps haven't launched on mainnet yet. There are a lot of dApp missing on Cardano, like lending protocols or even stable coins. But over on the developer side, there's tremendous activity. There's over 1,000 dApps that are being developed, and I would say 90 to 95% of them have not even launched into mainnet yet. And so that's what we mean by a sleeping giant. Over the next 6 to 12 months, we expect a lot of major DeFi protocol to be launched on Cardano. And so Cardano is one of the few DeFi ecosystem that's really unsaturated and untapped. And that means for any early adopter, there's huge upside exposure for whoever is able to capture a leading position in that blockchain. And I think the core business opportunity for us is that Cardano is still missing a leading Web3 infrastructure provider. So any healthy, vibrant, and mature blockchain DeFi ecosystem have a big infrastructure provider, such as Alchemy at $10 billion valuation and Blockdaemon at $3 billion valuation. The thing is that there's a huge barrier for entry for a lot of those infrastructure providers to enter Cardano, because Cardano has a unique blockchain architecture that is makes everything that Alchemy has built completely incompatible. So what we need is that right now there's a huge gap in the Cardano ecosystem for a leading infrastructure provider, and we believe that there is a $3 to $4 billion business opportunity to whoever is able to become that leading provider on Cardano, and that's exactly what Maestro will be leveraging. So we'll leverage our expertise into how to build dApps on Cardano and become that leading infrastructure provider. So overall, we're building a complete Web3 solution, and that solution will be divided in 3 different verticals. The first one will be around just basic node services, providing enterprise-grade node management services. The second one is developer tools. So these are all the developer APIs and tools that you would need to build any kind of applications, from an NFT marketplace to a DEX to a lending protocol, all the basic building blocks that any developer would need to be able to launch the application quickly. And lastly, we're building a dApp builder, which is an all-in-one kind of fully managed dApp service, which offers white label options for companies like in Web2 or even enterprise to be able to easily bring in Web3 feature into their websites. And so these are kind of our 3 main verticals, and these are different source. This is a different source of revenue for our business. In terms of where we at, we have already launched and are public with some of our products. We are aiming to become the most advanced dApp platform on Cardano, and we're trying to power Web3 not just for retail but also for enterprise. So our first live product was the ISPO provider, which is using under the hood our node services. This is a novel crypto fundraising mechanism that has been pioneered by Cardano. And at the moment, Maestro is the #1 ISPO provider, and it's also running the biggest marketplace, the ISPO marketplace on Cardano. In 2022, the ISPO TVL was over $4 billion ADA, which puts us in a very good position to continue to leverage this kind of revolutionary way of running fundraising mechanism on Cardano. Next, we also are live with our beta version of our dev platform. So this is our platform that will allow to power a lot of dApps on Cardano. And we've made some key partnerships with some of the biggest Cardano projects currently, and released our platform in a beta version to those specialized clients. And the goal is in Q2 of next year to release the full platform to the public. And we believe that Cardano's DeFi ecosystem is just getting started, and in the next bull run, we expect its DeFi market to be around $1.2 to $2 billion. Lastly, our dApp builder will be launching mid of 2023, and this will be our most enterprise-friendly platform, which will give you kind of an easy white label interface for any enterprise to be able to get into Web3. And we think in the next bull run, this is where the big next wave of capital and TV will be coming from, will be from enterprise company wanting to bring in some Web3 features into their platform. And so we expect that the projected blockchain market for the next bull run would be around $67 billion. And so any leading position, right, that Maestro can get could lead to very high upsides.
Marvin, sorry to interrupt us the last phrases, please.
Yes, so we're running our seed round. We are 83% raised already, and we have $174,000 left in this round, and this round is ending in December.
Perfect.
And I will end it there.
Thank you so much. Yes, you can leave the screen right there, just in case there will be questions. So time for Q&A, please. Questions, feedback, comments from VCs.
Yeah, I guess if that's okay, I could start.
Absolutely.
Could you paint me a picture of what the current solution is for the developers on the Cardano ecosystem?
Do you mean our situation of our platform or the situation for developers themselves?
Yeah, I want to know that what is the solutions that the Cardano developers is currently using right now? Do you have an idea?
So yes, so our platform is composed of multiple components. The first one is a scalable blockchain indexing infrastructure. And so that allows us to give APIs to developers to get access to on-chain index data. We have another one called event listening, which allows developers to be able to do real-time reaction to on-chain events. Another one is transaction monitoring and tracking, which gives also a transaction dashboard of all the transactions happening on that application. And the last one is transaction submission and transaction propagation.
Yeah, I think what I want to know is that I'm not sure if Alchemy is supporting Cardano right now. So basically what I want to understand is that what are you up against right now? What is your competitive landscape as for now?
Yeah, so the issue is that isn't an infrastructure provider on Cardano. So every project on Cardano are building their own full stack infrastructure. And that's what's slowing down the entire development cycle, right? All those projects are kind of reinventing the wheels. They're building their own indexes, they're building their own event listeners, and it's really holding back the entire ecosystem from deploying to mainnet. And so that's why we need to abstract away kind of this layer of complexity. And these products are very generic. And so once we solve that problem once, then we can provide it to anyone. And so that's really where we don't really have competition. It's more there's a huge gap, and everyone struggled to build on Cardano because there's no infrastructure provider that they can lean on to speed up the development.
Yeah, that's what I want to understand. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Clement. Any other questions?
Yeah, I got one. So you're providing the node services plus some kind of like the app SDK or API. So you must have some big team for engineering. So could you share more about what's the background of your team members?
Yes, so we hire extremely senior developers that have been in the Cardano space since the beginning. So because Cardano has such a unique architecture, it's not using the EVM architecture, but the UTXO architecture. We need to kind of build a team of Cardano experts. And there actually isn't that many Cardano experts in the world. And we're very lucky that because we've been in the Cardano space since the beginning, we have very strong relationship with some of the best devs on Cardano. And they all understand that this is a key layer in the DeFi ecosystem that is necessary for Cardano. And so right now we have 5 senior engineers, and they're some of the top in the space. And our goal is with this round to be able to hire more people. So we know who are those top engineers that we want to hire. We just need more funding to be able to grow the team. And so the goal is this company is going to be engineering heavy, right? This is developer tools built by developers. And what we're selling is reliability and convenience, right? And robustness. This needs to be enterprise grade infrastructure. And so our goal is to really build an engineering powerhouse behind Maestro. And right now we already have a very strong team. We just need to continue to grow it.
Got it. Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions to Marvin?
I've got a quick one. Hi, Marvin. What are your other raises looking like, and what's the fully diluted market cap?
Sorry, what was the first question?
What are your other raises looking like? So, are you having a public round, another private or seed, and then what's your fully diluted market cap?
Marvin, I think you've muted yourself if you're saying something.
Sorry, I dropped for a second. Yeah, so we're having a seed round right now. So it's a token sale, which then will be followed by a private round and then a public sale. And right now we raised around $860,000.
And then what are the other rounds looking like? So your final fully diluted market cap, what would that be?
Yeah, so right now we are at $20 million valuation. And then in the next round, we're aiming to be around at 40 million valuation, and we're giving out 5% of our token in this round and then 5% token in the next round.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions, or I guess the rest will come in private? Yeah. So Marvin, thank you so much for the pitch. Great job. Yeah, moving on. I wanted to pass the mic then to jFactory and Sony representing the startup from Switzerland.
All right,
Sony?
Mike. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Igor, we have you today. Okay.
Yeah, using LS back and forth. Hi, I'm a co-founder in jFactory, and Alex Ray, who is also here with us, is my partner, co-founder, and our CEO. And yeah, let me just share the screen here for our presentation. Is this working? Great. Okay, so the problem, the crypto investment landscape in the current bear market is turning into a cross between a lottery and a game of Minesweeper, which you're already all probably aware of. During the bull run, any reasonably usable project would generate decent profit for early investors at a token generation event or shortly afterwards, or at the very least, it would let them get their money back. But now the users are more cautious about any token offerings, looking for an opportunity where future value of the token is more substantiated. So our solution is, yeah, missed a slide here, sorry, is an entire ecosystem of projects that ensures a broader target audience, as well as diversified revenue streams and synergies through composability. We use the interconnections for upsales and cross sales for further growing the user base across the projects. And these products work in sync to support the value of the ecosystem's tokens, the JPLT governance token held by the investors, and the JPLU utility token as a means of payment across the ecosystem. JPool is the core of the ecosystem. It is a liquid staking pool currently on Solana with a plan to expand cross-chain. It captures the huge potential of liquid staking, which is currently in a very early stage. Even on the Solana blockchain, where staking is quite developed, the total market cap of $4 billion will flow from traditional direct staking is already flowing to liquid staking through pools such as JPool. It's currently only 4% of the total staked SOL is delegated via liquid staking pools, while the rest is delegated directly to validators. And we work together with our strong players to change that. We also expect the SOL price to recover over the next year, which would contribute to both the pool's TVL and its revenue. The other projects, as I already mentioned, they work in interconnection. We have the staking Kiwi, which is delegator's cockpit It ensures inflow of users. Stake pool as a service provides a source of revenue while also helping make the blockchain stronger and more decentralized, and new pools are launched. OmniSol is a project to integrate and consolidate the fragmented DeFi liquidity. It will boost the attractiveness of staking and bring in some fee revenue as well. Crypto point of sale is a bridge into the world of retail with endless possibilities. Last but not least, the tokenomics modeling engine is the only off-chain product in this ecosystem. It can be applied to any project on any blockchain to make a scientific prediction of the tokenomics of how the tokens would perform. Has all the prerequisites to become the favorite assessment tool for investment funds. Heads up, generating significant continuous revenue and contributing to our tokens value as well. Yeah, also not to forget the GameFi project Heart and Soul, which helps us bring gamification features into all the other products, and the NFT auction, which was initially developed for the Heart and Soul, but right now we had interested NFT marketplaces inquiring about it. It offers several types of auctions like Dutch auction or Victory auction, fully developed smart contracts. Little marked overview. The business model is, I'm sorry, I'm jumping back and forth. The business model is obviously mixed because each of the projects has its own way of generating revenue. But in total, together, the products support the value of the JPLU token, and the JPLT, the governance token, is linked to JPLU, supporting its value as well. We have built a smart contract for JPLT and JPLT/JPLU liquidity pool. It is built in such a way that as a new JPLU is minted, the JPLT token nears in value to the utility token, to the JPLU. The rate will grow until it achieves 1-to-1 exchange rate. Most of the projects, of course, have competition, although our experience and skills in traditional software development almost always give us an edge in terms of UX and the stability of the solutions. Also,
sorry to interrupt, just the last phrases, please.
Okay, let's jump. I'm sorry, I didn't feel the flow of time. Let us jump to the actual slide of. We use the valuation of 30 million based on the project on the assessments of similar projects, which is less than 4 million per product, and we are raising 23.5% of these tokens in the past seed in the round A. Thank you. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Yeah, questions to Igor, please. And jFactory. I'm sure there should be a lot of them since we skipped so many slides.
Yeah, do you want to show us one of the slides previously so we can get a bit more information? That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, let me just scroll through. This is the team. Co-founders. We're based in Switzerland and Germany. We have a distributed team of 15 people altogether. These are the funds that participated in our pre-seed/seed round. This is the roadmap, which is, well, just a roadmap. You know, the green part is what we have developed already. So half of these projects are up and running, the other are in different stages of development. And a few words on the competition. That is pretty much it. I sneaked it in.
Ben, was there any particular question, or you just wanted like a glance on the slide?
Yeah, could you explain the token? I saw there was a slide. Was the slide on 2 tokens there?
Yes, the idea was in the seed round to make the investment token tied to the utility token in such a way that issuing additional utility tokens for usage across the ecosystem would every time boost the value of the governance token JPLT related to JPLU. Maybe Alex would like to add something here.
So I'll jump in that part. So actually, there are two tokens. One GPLT is the governance token, and GPLU is the utility token. Utility token used this payment token for all of our projects. And the tokens are bound to each other in via smart contract in that way. So if we issue GPLU tokens, then the rate in the GPLT to GPLU grows and goes in the direction to 1-to-1. So in the start, if we issue the two tokens, the rate GPLT to GPLU will be 1-to-10. And while running the project, if we issue more GPLU tokens, which will be consumed by our projects, then the rate in between GPLT and GPLU will improve.
Ben, does it answer your question?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Any other questions, please?
Sorry, are you saying that there is a conversion rate between these two tokens?
Exactly.
Okay. Is that set?
We are
dynamic?
launching JPLT at 3 cents, and GPLU will be initially listed for 50 cents. But as additional utility tokens are issued in order to feed the projects, in order to give the users the opportunity to purchase this, in order to pay for the subscription services to any other stuff offered by the product/projects, JPLT automatically gets closer to the GPLU. So the rate from 3 to 50, it grows to 5 to 50, 10 to 50, and at some point it reaches 1-to-1. That's how the smart contract is developed.
Mm-hmm. Does it answer your question, Clement, or you have any add-ons?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the tokenomics. Yeah.
We'll be glad to discuss it afterwards. We have all the models for that tested at extent. That is actually how the tokenomic modeling engine was created. We first ordered this work for us to test our concept, to see how it works with GameFi, etc. And then we realized it was something that is actually very interesting for both investment funds assessing their next investment, and for the startups who want to provide like more substantiated information to their offer when they're raising.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about some arbitrage, like opportunity for the speculation. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions or comments? All right. I think the rest will come. Clement, you wanted to say something else?
Yeah, sorry. I just you are building so many things. So can you remind me again how many people are on your team?
It's a 15-man team with 6 developers, if we don't count the 2 co-founders who have a huge background in development as well.
Okay, how's your runway looking like right now?
I would say June. Alex, help me out there.
June or September. Yeah.
Next year?
Next year. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, guys, Igor, Alexandria, thank you so much for the pitch. I guess the rest will come in private. So yeah, great job. Thank you. Perfect. So let me then pass the mic to Valentin and Alex from Farm.XYZ, a startup from Romania. So Alex, I guess you will be pitching today, right?
Yes, I will. Hi, guys.
The floor is yours.
Happy to be here
Welcome.
with you today. So let me tell you a little bit about me, and then we'll get into the product. So my background is in tech. I've been programming since I was 8. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. And at the beginning of the year, since I was always close to the crypto field and especially DeFi, I started looking for ways of fixing some of the problems that me as an average DeFi investor was encountering day to day. This is how Farm was born. So the problem with DeFi, and especially with the whole FTX debacle now, is that we get a lot of the crypto retail investors. The learning curve for them is pretty steep. So there's a lot of stuff to learn, and this is what we're fixing. So how we're fixing that is we are simplifying everything by turning all of those diverse investment opportunities into what we call X assets. Now, each X asset is a smart contract layer that behaves like a traditional ETF, and it abstracts away all the complexity and automates all the investment processes. And you can just look at it like investing in any other token. So this allows us to build a full exchange interface on top. So users can come in, they can buy from any coin, they can sell to any coin. We do auto compounding for them. We've got on-ramps, off-ramps, professional stock charts, and they can do something that's not really possible on any of the platforms right now, and that is risk management. You can actually create limit and stop orders. So here's an example of what it currently looks like to invest in one of these assets on SushiSwap, right? You've got 18 different steps that you need to do right now, and compounding usually done multiple times. With our solution, you've got one button, you click invest, and then you buy that at the price. That price increases with the value of the underlying tokens, the yield. Compounding is done for you automatically, and then you just sell at the new price. So here's how the product looks like. You've got different liquidity pools, each one with its own price. You can see how that moved. You have a stock chart of how that moved. And we also calculate something that we call real APY for each one of them. So what real APY is the actual real returns in US dollars on each specific instrument, calculated from 6 months ago, 3 months ago, or 1 month ago. So what we did is we went back and actually indexed the blockchain, and we have the value of the tokens, APYs of the pool, and we can tell you what $1 invested in each specific asset would be worth today, so real returns. We also have the option to do cross-chain token trades and cross-chain investing in liquidity pools. So we can take one liquidity pool, say from Arbitrum, and list it on BNB, or the other way around. So network support, we're starting with the EVM compatible chains, but the platform is designed to be cross-platform from the start. So everything is really easy to build on top of. We've got a long list of chains to support down the line. So competitors, there are bits and pieces of the solution out there, but there's no one true solution for the design for the retail investor, right? For the retail crypto investor. Everything is really complex. You can string different solutions together. It's just way too complicated. The team, we've been together for a really long time. We've built multiple products together, shipped them, maintained them in production. We also have a financial expert with us with experience in the traditional finance systems. I also have experience in the traditional finance system, and I've worked with funds and brokerage houses to build different software there. So traction, we've done a lot of things on the product, on the business, on the community, and there's a lot of cool stuff coming. This is our current roadmap, a lot of moving pieces on the product and on the business as well. The token will launch on BSC with a pretty small initial market cap, then bridge it to all of the EVM compatible chains. Token utility, it's based on transaction fees. So for an exchange, it's very similar to BNB. And then we've got different other opportunities to use the token inside the platform as well. These are our current tokenomics. We are raising our seed round now. We have some seed available. These are our current investors. And yeah, just to sum it up, we are simplifying DeFi investment for the retail crypto investors. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Great job. It looks like there's been a lot of work behind this pitch. Perfect. Any questions to Alex, please, and Farm.XYZ? Seems it's been extremely clear. Okay, Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'll ask. Have you got a go-to-market strategy?
Yes, it's one of the slides. I will add it soon. So one of the nice things about our go-to-market strategy is that we actually don't compete with all the DEXs. So we are partnering up with a lot of them. So we're partnering up, for example, with StakeDAO, with in talks with DEXs to partner up. So we're going to target those communities and start bringing them and giving them a really easy to use tool to actually invest in those liquidity pools and not just use the swaps, actually invest in the liquidity as well.
Cool, thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Yeah, I got a quick questions. I'm wondering that who got the final words on which investment instrument that you are going to invest, because when the buyers buying your tokens, they could not decide which instrument or which DEX they are investing, right?
No, so
let
me get back to let me get back to the actual screenshot. So you can actually see here we've listed the chain and the platform. And the user can, we'll maybe make that a little bit bigger. It's bigger on the detail page, so you can actually see that there.
Oh, okay.
The user can actually choose what he invests in, right? We give him the option. We give them the tools to actually compare it in a simple and easy to use interface, not 2,000 different details that are all very good for the really experienced crypto investor, but not for the retail crowd. And they decide what to invest in. Okay. And it's all self-custodied, so it's fully DeFi.
Okay, good. That's good. And what's the valuation so far?
The valuation, we're raising the total, the public round will be at 22 million. And right now the seed is at 12.
Okay, so 22. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Alex. Any other questions? All right, Andrew, nothing from your side?
Everything is clear. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right, Alex, I guess the rest will come in private. So thank you so much for the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. So moving on, I wanted to pass the mic then to Ida Wolf, representing the startup from Israel, Carambola. So Ida, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Have everyone. So I'm Ido, I'm the CEO of Carambola. I'm a classical entrepreneur. This is my third startup. Previous startup was acquired back in 2020. All my companies were B2B SaaS enterprise deep tech. This is the first one that is in crypto. Although I'm an investor in crypto since 2016. Prior to that, and really all my life, I worked in business development, growth hacking. I managed many companies, worked at a casual gaming company. brought them to 20 million unique users. It was also acquired. I worked at Microsoft. I worked at cybersecurity startups. The classical checklist. Let's talk about Carambola and what we're doing, right? So in high level, what we're doing, we're developing a service that allows other companies to pay part of their employees' paycheck in crypto as a service. Meaning that we're taking care of all the regulation and compliance and all the mess in the background and delivering a super elegant solution to companies. And the way it works is that employees get this app, and in the app they can see their total paycheck, and they can choose however they wish to divide it. So let's say they want 75% in fiat, 15% in Bitcoin, and 10% in Ethereum, or any other coin, any other constellation. What we're doing, we're connecting to their company's existing payroll services. We're not replacing them, we're connecting to existing payroll services. And over there, we know how to do the split. So 75% will go to the employee's regular bank account, and 25% in fiat will be sent from the company to Carambola. We're working with several liquidity providers, so we can guarantee the best price. We're converting the fiat into the requested assets, and we send it to the employees' wallets. Now, if they have their own wallets, they can use their own wallets. But if they don't, and we are working under the assumption that the majority of the market doesn't have any wallets, so we're providing them with our wallets, which are based on Fireblocks. The whole point of this is to remove as much friction as possible from purchasing, managing, and onboarding people. And we made it really easy for anyone to onboard. And there are a lot of people here on this Zoom call and probably on the live stream as well that are true believers in the crypto industry. And I think that the best way for us to expose crypto to everyone, right, to the majority of the market that are not even aware, or they're afraid, or they have their own reasons why they have not joined crypto so far. So this will be the best or most easiest way to on-ramp them. So we are releasing in January 23, in just 2 months, in the US and in Israel, where later this year we're going to release in Europe and in Asia as well. Today we have 50 companies that are registered to our POC and beta, including some amazing unicorns. Let's talk about our business model. It's a combination of a classical B2B SaaS enterprise and conversion fees. So actually charging $10 per active user from the employer, in addition to conversion fees that we're charging from the employees, which will include all the gas fees and everything together in one really easy and clear way. Our GTM, by the way, is connecting through the payroll providers. So we're connecting today. We're 90% done. We're 95% done with connectivity to our first US payroll provider with more than 500 companies that are using their service, and we can scale really fast. We actually spoke with the majority of the payrolls, not the majority, sorry, a big majority of the payrolls, and we have a lineup for payroll providers as well. When we have our developers, we're a team of 7, and our developers are at full capacity at the moment. This is our competition analysis. I can tell you that we're providing a full custodian service, a very easy, holistic version for users, and our competitors are targeting advanced users that can get their paycheck today. They don't need it. They don't need them to do this. They have to open accounts in Coinbase and other places, and they already, if they can do it, they can do it on their own. My CTO and co-founder, by the way, is Nadav, super talented developer, one of those brilliant people that started coding at age 15. He was in a special unit for hackers and developers. He managed many R&D teams. Brilliant guy. Altogether, we're a team of 6, all on R&D, except for Nick, our VP Sales in the US. Which has vast experience. He worked 14 years in ADP and Gusto. He built their sales team. He built the Delete Me sales team. The best hire I did in my life. Amazing.
Ido, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, just the last phrases, please. Thank you.
Yes, last slide. We raised the 500K safe back in March. IVC, by the way, which is on this call, took part of this safe. Right now we are raising our seed round, $3 million at 10 post valuation. Thank you.
Perfect, Ido. Yeah, thank you so much. Amazing presentation. Questions to Ido, please.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. You just mentioned about that you're only allowed 25% of the paycheck to convert that into the fiat, and 75% remaining is have to keep in your staking pool, right?
So that's in term for us to be compliant in most of the countries. You can get between 20 and 30% of your paycheck in bonuses or other benefits and so on. So that's in order to be very easy and compliant. That's the best way for us to do it. So it's roughly between 20 and 30%.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I think.
By the way, this can go both ways, because for companies that pay their employees in crypto, right? So it can go both ways. Right? We can convert from DAO companies to regular fiat and so on.
Yeah. So any partnership you have so far that like company or like any like startup or VCs that is connecting to you to ask you guys to help them dealing with kind of paycheck salary things?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So any like partnership or cases that you could share with us that is already using your services to pay their salaries?
No, we're launching in January, but
okay.
There's a slide here of some amazing companies that already registered.
Okay, cool.
Let me clarify one thing. So you've mentioned a lot of features that require a lot of work when it comes to legal. So do you have any partnerships with companies who provide these services, and besides the United States and Israel?
So no, not at the moment. We focused in the beginning for US and Israel, but we're also in discussions with several partners in Europe and in Asia. But nothing signed yet.
Okay, thank you.
In person.
Other questions to Ido? XR, you're silent today. Maybe anything from your side?
No, not for this one. I think most questions have been answered. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Amazing. So no other questions at the moment. So Ido, yeah, thank you so much. Amazing presentation. I guess the rest will come in private. So thanks for that.
Thank you.
Moving on, I wanted to pass the mic to Justin, representing Forbitspace, a startup from Singapore. So Justin, the floor is yours.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Jason from Forbitspace, and today I'm gonna to introduce you about Forbitspace. Yeah, not just staying. Yeah, he got the COVID today, so.
Okay, then yeah, Jason, please feel free to share the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Please wait a minute.
Hope Justin will recover soon.
Yeah. Screen. Can you see my screen? Sorry.
No, not yet.
Okay. Oh. Sorry, I got a problem. Can I do it later? Sorry, can I present later?
Absolutely, no worries about this. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Then let Fido from ByBarter, a startup from Canada, pitch now. So Fido, are you ready to pitch?
Yeah, sure. I'm ready. I'll just share my screen.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Can you see my screen now?
We see, yes, we can see it. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I'll just leave my camera off because I don't want it interrupting the flow of the presentation, if you don't mind.
Good for me.
Yeah. Okay, so greetings everyone. I'm Fido, the founder of the ByBarter project. And I'll start with giving you like a scenario. Now, recently, FTX crashed, okay? And we asked ourselves a question 14 months ago. Decentralized crypto is the future, and it's totally dependent on centralized exchanges for inflow and outflow funds. What would happen to crypto if centralized exchanges get into trouble? So we went to work and we decided to build a decentralized, borderless, and non-custodial P2P as a service platform, which is the core infrastructure needed for decentralized crypto. Okay, so what are the pain points behind this project? First and foremost, the current structure of centralized exchanges absolutely gives no chance for the unbanked and underbanked populations in the world to participate in the crypto space. Decentralized exchange is the future. Users of self-custodial wallets, launchpads, and decentralized exchanges, have to go through a long journey getting crypto from centralized exchanges before they can transfer it to their self-custodial wallets. It's cumbersome and difficult. And if you're unbanked, you can't access crypto. And then again, the lack of transparency experienced by centralized exchanges would eventually kill crypto. And decentralized crypto needs to become independent. So, these are the pain points that inspired us to get to work. And yeah, we went to work 14 months ago and we built a borderless, decentralized, and non-custodial P2P system. Now, for us, we believe P2P is too critical for the survival of crypto, and it's too important to be caged within the walls of centralized exchanges. So decentralized crypto is the future. Decentralized crypto needs a decentralized, borderless, and non-custodial P2P format where users can access and fund their wallets and withdraw crypto directly from their self-custody wallets. Okay, so the team behind this, an 8-man team. I'm the founder, and I've got a co-founder, technical guys, engineers building great stuff. I currently have a patent filed with the US Patent Office. My co-founder is an artificial intelligence engineer, and Paresh is a wizard when it comes to smart contract development. We've come together in terms with our team, and we've got a strong marketing team that we're working on the project together. And then in terms of traction, we've got our MVP live currently covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, smart chain. Okay, and we've got our partners outlined. Okay, and our target market. Now, our focus is on the unbanked and underbanked populations in Asia, in Africa, and South America. The current structure of crypto has been unfair to the unbanked and underbanked, and we are fixing that with our platform. And then we're also targeting users of self-custodial wallets who go through the pains of having to rely absolutely on centralized exchanges to get crypto in and out of decentralized projects. Okay, and we're also targeting citizens in jurisdictions where inflation seems to be a challenge. We want to teach them how they could hedge and protect themselves with the power of stable crypto. That's our target market. And in terms of competitors, actually, I wouldn't call them competitors because none of them has been smart enough to do what we're doing. They're all centralized, they're custodial, and they are unable to conduct cross-platform P2P transactions within the crypto space, leaving great projects in the space strapped of customers. So we are different, and this is why we have a beautiful competitive advantage. So in terms of our competitive advantage, we built a universal P2P system, okay, that takes away the borders, allows cross-border P2P transactions to take place, allowing people to conduct P2P transactions directly from their self-custodial wallets. And I mean, it gives the unbanked and underbanked a voice and an opportunity to participate seamlessly in the crypto space. These are competitive advantages. And our business model, we structure the project to make money in the sense that anyone who buys crypto using our platform pays just $1, no matter the amount of crypto being purchased. And then for the sales, we're charging a 1.4% commission on all sales conducted on our platform. And these are the cheapest rates you would see in the market. And then of course, we're building a market verse, and I mean, we'll be running advertisements on that. Now, we have seen that payments within the crypto space, moving money funds from centralized crypto to decentralized projects. I mean, with the huge value locked in decentralized projects, we anticipate that there's a 10 billion market opportunity for payments moving crypto there and here and there. We want to shorten that journey and capture this market. And then right now we're open for seed rounds, and 14.3% of our token supply is slated for a seed rounds, and we've already raised like $340,000. Our next goals.
So sorry to interrupt, just the last phrases, please. We're a bit over time already.
Yeah, this is the last one. So we're looking to expand our platform to cover Solana, Polygon, and Cardano blockchains, and we also want to complete our market verse while we're also working to secure partnerships in the industry. I'm more than happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Fido. Great job. Questions to Fido in ByBarter, please.
Yep, I got a question for Fido here, I think. Thanks for your presentation. The question is, it seems like obviously your platform is going to be very reliant on the number of users you can get on the platform, being mostly a P2P business model. Can I understand what your plan is with regards to going towards, let's say, hitting 100 million AR with regards to acquiring the number of users needed to generate that amount of revenue? Thank you.
Excellent question. I mean, this is our strategy. Now we're partnering with projects in the space already, where I mean the swaps, the decentralized exchanges, the launch pads, and the various DeFi projects within the space, whose customers utilize self-custodial wallets. Millions of users exist. There's a market out there, and these people are using centralized exchanges to get the crypto in and out of their self-custodial wallets. So we're giving decentralized exchanges, launch pads, and all the DeFi projects out there an opportunity to be truly independent and give an opportunity to their users to conduct P2P transactions where they can actually get funds in and out of crypto independent of centralized exchanges. So partnerships is the key. We're partnering with various projects out there, and then we would acquire users. Everyone who uses self-custodial wallets is a potential customer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I just want to ask you one question. You have mentioned that you already have an MVP. So do you have any statistics or metrics about your product? I mean, active users, any revenue?
Yeah, so our MVP just came live 2 weeks now, and I'm happy to announce that we have about 200 users who are constant. And the jurisdiction, our product actually is capturing customers from these areas where our target markets, we've identified as our target markets. We've got people from Asia and people from the Middle East and Africa who are majorly unbanked, who struggle to get crypto in and out as our customers. So, yeah.
Thank you. Let me clarify. What is the source of these users? How did you attract them?
Okay, so we've been conducting, I mean, we grew our community. We've been conducting AMAs. We are planning events with people in the decentralized crypto space where our target markets, I mean, we've identified as our target markets. And we also plan, to conduct educational sessions for people on the advantages of decentralized crypto and why they need to be able to, store their crypto by themselves. So we've got this plan planned out, and we've been executing them, and that's how we got our customers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Andrew. Any other questions to Fido? Okay, Fido, I guess not for now, so the rest will come in private. Thank you so much. Amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me see, Justin, sorry, Jason, are you ready to come next, or you're still fixing the issue? Okay, seems that Jason is still fixing it. All right, perfect. Then let me pass the mic to Suge, a startup from Canada, and its representative co-founders, Matthew and Mike. So not sure who will be pitching today. I guess Matthew.
Thank you very much. I'll be presenting. My name is Matthew Human. I'm the CEO and founder of Suge. Give me 1 second. Just let me know when you can see the screen.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for your time. The company is Share User-Generated Experiences. We're based out of Toronto, Canada. Oh.
Yeah, we just see the gray screen right now.
A gray screen?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it's paused. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Sure, no worries.
I am screen sharing. Maybe I'll just keep it here. When I go to full screen, it seems to cut out.
Yeah, we can see everything perfectly, so no worries about that.
Thank you. So I'll because of the time sensitivity, we're just going to kind of jump into it. The 3 co-founders, we're all experienced founders who have already executed successful companies. The rest of the team is phenomenal, but let's jump into the actual business. So the idea behind Suge is we are an event-driven company. So we are Web3, but we use Web3 as a utility. So the idea now is when you go to an event, you're taking pictures and content, but you're sharing them on social media or you're letting them sit in the cloud. What we wanted to do is we wanted to try to imagine what a world would be like if we could use this content in a much more innovative way, where you share the content and the memories with the artist, the host, and the venue, everyone else in attendance as well too. So this is what Suge is. It's a way to discover events, create events, and share the experiences with friends. You can create events, add friends, and share the content privately or publicly. All content is connected to a smart contract, and brands can connect directly to their audience. So how it works, an event is created by someone, a user, a venue, a host, etc., or a business. The event attendees are connected to each other when they check in at the event. The content is taken, uploaded, and shared on a live feed, and then the event content is connected to smart contracts. At the end of the event, everything is tokenized and shared with all of the attendees all at once. So funny enough, this was a tweet we found on November 15th. This is just a random Twitter user, but as you can see, the substance of the tweet generated quite a bit of interest, where they're talking about, you know, every event, every venue you go to, there's some sort of app that's being pushed. We wanted to like congregate all of that on one single place. We saw this a year ago when we were conceptualizing the company. So we have three primary revenue streams. One is our user-generated content advertising model. The second, of course, is ticket distribution. And then third is the model data and processing insights for the marketing. How user-generated content is relevant to us. User-generated content is what we see as the future of advertising. So recently, you've probably seen some news regarding Google, how they changed their search algorithm to actually be more compliant with how user-generated content is being marketed to the younger users on social media. This stats right now, it's an impact for 90% of a shopper's decision-making, increases click-throughs by 73%, and lowers marketing costs by half. Users are twice as likely to share user-generated content because it's native. It's something that it's word of mouth. It's been always the most tangible marketing asset you can provide. We see this as a huge benefit because this content is already existing out there, but it's just not being tapped into right now. So how we provide UGC through our application, as these people are aggregating at events, they're sharing content. Of course, they're going to be at some sort of venue. There's going to be some brands associated to this event, whether this be a sports game, a club, a restaurant, etc. There's going to be some sort of brand or attachment to this. It could also just be a brand who's attaching to the lifestyle marketing. If it's a person that has picked up some notoriety for whatever reason, we allow essentially a bidding similar to how Google Ads work right now, where brands can actually just bid on content as it is trending. So we have a very immediate branding capability, because as things are immediately trending, the brands and venues, whoever, can actually just bid on them right away. The brands receive a license for the user royalties. This is where the smart contracts and the functionality of smart contracts come into play, because we can share this revenue with the individual itself. And again, going back to Web3, this is the whole nature of what Web3 promises to deliver, a decentralized model where the users and the data is actually shared amongst everybody. This is something we truly believe in. We have nothing to do with crypto. We're not involved in crypto. We don't have a token. We don't have anything like that. I'm currently running Canada's leading online voting company. So I've always been very critical about the blockchain market because I understand very intently how the technology works. It's been positioned for my market quite heavily. So I really wanted to understand, like, what real utility can we derive from this this technology, not necessarily derive some sort of, I guess, outside of the financial capabilities of what crypto promises to deliver. Of course, with the smart contracts, we provide a licensing agreement within the smart contracts, brands to repurpose media for commercial use, Instagram, etc., whatever they like to do. But the royalties can, again, permeate down to the users, which, again, incentivizes the users to take part in this and get on the platform. So our advantages, we monetize an existing user behavior. Everyone's been out somewhere where people are taking pictures. What are we doing with these pictures? You're either, again, letting them sit on your phone or in Google Photos or Apple Photos or something, or you're sharing them on social media. What we're doing is taking that existing user behavior and making it tangible and making it marketable. This creates hyper-localized user-generated content marketing to address both small and large business use cases. It's organic and it captures spontaneous trends, reducing the influencer marketing dependence. And this is authenticated engagement. This is Web3. It could be authenticated reviews, authenticated proof of attendance as well too. So regarding the tickets, again, NFT tickets have been proposed for quite some time. We see that as a good benefit, but what are you doing with these tickets? How many people are collecting ticket stubs? It's not a huge market, but the actual revenue that can be derived from the ticketing model is quite significant. It's a $72 billion, this is from 2021, annual thing. So even a small percentage of market capture can lead to quite a substantive amount of revenue in return. So our current traction pipeline, we are just launching, I think my co-founder is on the call as well too. I think we're launching in 2 days, our first event, but we already have generated a significant amount of interest in Toronto where we're based. We have 2 citywide deployments, which means we're talking to the actual city at the city level to stimulate their tourism industry. We have 2 country level tourism boards we're in discussion with, and over 29 business venues and corporations who are willing to take part. And we are very well connected to the music industry and entertainment industry from Toronto. And we are discussing running pilots through them. We are officially launching Suge in 2023 Q1. So our raise is a 1 to 2 convertible note, 1 to 2 million convertible note. We're open to a safe agreement. We are open to equity, but we understand the market conditions are a little bit different. Due to the fact that I do run another company, I'm very much aware of the investor perspective on everything right now. So we are open to a innovative investment strategy if that is something that we're going to be discussing. But we are estimating a Series A funding round within about 12 months. The interest from what we've built here is significant, to say the least. We are just looking to increase our staffing for our development and increase our marketing spend for launch over the next year. And that is the overall thing. If anyone has any questions, more than happy to jump into it.
Thank you, Matthew. Amazing pitch, amazing presentation. Great job. Questions to Matthew, please.
Yes, sorry. I just want to clarify that are you saying that you are doing like integration with the existing social medias? Or
we're not integrating. We are a platform dependent. So what we do is we allow users to join the platform, create an account, and then create events where content can be, it's essentially a shared album, if you will, but the shared album is all connected. All content generated on the shared album are connected to smart contracts, which extend the functionality in a variety of different ways. But that's the Web3 component. But at its heart, we are essentially a B2B2C social media company.
I guess so. So in a way, you are building a new social media. Does that make sense?
The intention is to grow to that size. Right now, we're running a small amount of projects. We're focusing on events specifically, but we understand deeply. And one of the things that we researched over the last year is you can't have a product dependent upon a single event or events in general, because realistically, the wider market, how many people are actually going out to events? Once a month, once every few months, maybe once a week. But to address the larger market considerations, we needed to find something that added functionality in between these events where people would actually be using this on the daily, rather than simply when they go out to a restaurant or go out to a concert or something like that. So we focused on providing usability for those users who may or may not even decide to share, because there's always the 80-20 rule with users when it comes to a platform.
So in a way, it's also doing like networking on your application.
Pardon me, could you repeat that?
Sorry, just in a way, I was just thinking it's another way to do like networking in your application.
For sure. The idea behind it is when you go to an event, though, you're connected to all the attendees. So we use a ticketing system or what we call the event creation system that allows everyone to be added in. Now, you're not exchanging. These people can be added into a group without the need to actually exchange any information. You don't have to get everyone's phone number. You don't have to get everyone's handle or whatever. They're just part of this event. And then at the end of the event, all of the assets that are generated and shared at the event can be distributed. So if you think about like a basketball game, for example, you're going to have people in the bleachers, you're going to have people courtside, you're going to have locker room assets, the team's assets, whatever it may be. These assets can all be aggregated together and distributed. Whether or not you have the seat at the furthest back of the stadium, you're going to be able to walk away from that. Even if you don't even share any assets whatsoever, you're going to walk away with that with some video from courtside from somebody who took a really great shot. So this is sort of, if you want to think of like, we call it memories rather than memorabilia, but this is a way for you to walk away from an event, concert, club, restaurant, whatever it may be, with some sort of tangible asset that makes you feel like you were part of the experience.
Got it. Thank you.
So, thank you for the presentation. I just would like to clarify. So from my point of view, for successful B2B relationships, you need a lot of people inside your application. So what is your marketing campaign plans and how do you plan to attract a lot of people?
Oh, so just to go back to the team slide really quickly to get a sense of who we found. So our 3 founders, again, we're already running companies. We've all exited successful ventures already, and I currently have a very, very wide network of availability within Canada, the US, and in Europe. We are looking for investors who can provide additional assets for extended network capabilities as well too. But our extended network is like we're already connected to some of the largest event management companies, both in the US and in Canada. We've had discussions with some of the largest ticketing vendors already in the US. Our tech advisor, our entertainment tech advisor, Axel Villamy, is extremely well connected. He's worked with a number of sports teams, a number of music artists. He's a good friend, so he's been able to provide a lot of immediacy when it comes to reaching out. We're waiting to bring on the higher level artists until we've closed our immediate funding round, of course, because we don't want to make promises we can't commit to. But our development team, everybody, has provided some sort of extended reach, if you will, more so than just some sort of technical development or business development. Even Mike, who's joining me on the call, we're running pilots right now in Anguilla. We have another Caribbean island, I think one in Mexico that we're projecting right now too. He's been phenomenal at extending out our business network, but one of the things on our raise is we're again, raise for a little bit more technical development expertise, but primarily we understand that, as you mentioned, account managers and extending the business operations are a primary concern right now. And we understand that those are going to take very, very delicate touches to maintain and manage those relationships as we go forward. I've in my main company, I've partnered with Microsoft, Xerox, major conglomerates already. So I'm very much aware of how to manage those relationships at a high level.
Great. So thank you for the answer. Now it's clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Other questions? All right.
Sorry, if I
Simon,
may,
go ahead.
can you remind us, is the product launched yet?
So we're running pilots right now with the events. This is like the product is being tested right now with a number of live users. The launch is going to be, it will be available on the App Store starting in Q1 of 2023. We are closing this round at the end of December, and we're just, again, getting our money in the bank and then going to market with it. But we already have a number of high-profile events lined up for 2023. We are just finalizing the raise. We just started the official round. I bootstrapped the entire company up to this point. Our round started, I think, about a week ago. So we're looking for any investors who want to help fill in the round already. And again, if anybody can provide additional reach into events or businesses or opportunities like that, we are very much interested in talking to you for sure.
Yeah, I think another angle for your marketing or go-to-market strategy is maybe you can consider some like GameFi or Web2 games like tournaments. Maybe there will be some helps to you guys as well.
Well, we've had interest from pretty much like any, and we had a game, an esports company in Toronto wanting to partner with us to run again, content and events during their esports tournaments. Pretty much, if you imagine anybody where a number of people are going out and engaging with each other, this is just a way to share assets, but also due to the nature of the Web3 and the way that we're utilizing the smart contracts, there's so much flexibility and extendability for functions that we can build into this. We focused on the user-generated content advertising model because, again, it's advantageous. It's clear as hell to just be able to put this in like a bid or some sort of brand attached to an image. But we imagine that there's so much more to grow as we see the Web3 industry sort of materialize in a really mature in a really unique way.
Thank you.
Amazing. So Matthew, thank you so much. The rest will come in private after the pitch during the discussion. So thank you so much for this presentation. Great job. We have 2 more startups to go. So Jason, are you ready to go now with the Forbitspace?
Yes, I'm ready now.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you see my screen yet?
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Jason from Forbitspace, the desktop aggregator. So the first as a trader, I always want to get the best profits on every single trade. But there are a lot of exchanges out there, so I never know what is the best price to trade. I think it's a big problem. And There are some other problems in DeFi now, suggest liquidity fragmentation, high slippage, or the inconvenience when you're trading on multi-chain. So we come up with the solutions in the Forbitspace multi-chain desk aggregator. So how it's work? When users swap on Forbitspace, it will aggregate the liquidity from various desks. Then split the order into multiple transactions to offer it best price. At the moment, Forbitspace support for mainnet, Ethereum, Polygon, BNB, and Avalanche. And we are also developing on Aptos as well. Moreover, we also provide many tools to support the trading strategy, like Marketplace, light chart, a candlestick. When comparing to competitors, there are two highlights of Forbitspace. The first, we offer the best fee, and the second, we provide many tools for the traders. Let's talk about the business model. It is very simple. We take 0.05% of the trading volume. About token limit, the total supply is in nearly 10 billion, and we allocated it on Ethereum, BNB, and App Stores. About the utility of our token. The first, the ecosystem of Forbitspace include the Forbitspace desk aggregator, the MetaSpaces, our metaverse, and the Forbitswap is our multi-chain AMM. So the utility of Forbitspace, it can be used in various platforms of Forbitspace ecosystem. As protocol fee on Forbitspace or Forbitswap, liquidity incentive, or can be used as a currency on our metaverse, MetaSpace. We also developing MetaSpace and will launch in next month. About the traffic, in about a year, the total visitor about 10,000, and the total traffic about 12,000 from last October until now. So the next slide, we go to the go-to-market strategy. The first, we define our target users is the crypto trader and DeFi users. So crypto trader will use Forbitspace to trade and earn profit. So they're interested in optimizing their profit. When the DeFi users use Forbitspace to swap to use other DeFi services like lending or derivative. So they care about safety and convenience. About the trader, what's the trader we aim to? Is it the people who use a single desk, not a desk aggregator? We don't come, the main strategy of us is not for us to convert the user of the other desk aggregator. So for the traders, we will focus on operating on the routing and building more trading zone to them. And for the DeFi's protocol, we will optimize the API to integrate it easily and safely. In our marketing strategy, we focused on educating the trader and about this aggregator and Forbitspace. We will approach them by provide them the tip to help them can optimizing their profit, about risk management, about funds management, and using Forbitspace is one of the tips to help them can optimizing their profit. About the community, we will build Forbitspace community as a trader community. We will provide them the technical analysis, the research, the signal, and we also provide them a lot of tools to help them have the best trade. And about the partnership, we will focus on developing the relationship with other DeFi protocol and offer them our swap API. Here is the acquisition plan for 6 months. We focus on 4 main channels. It's branding, community, affiliation, and partnerships. the goal is 97 users, and the user acquisition cost for one user is 1.57. So with 97 users, we can earn about 700K revenue because we take 0.05% on the trading volume.
Jason, sorry to interrupt, just the last phrases, please. Thank you.
Yes, this is the last. Yeah, see the general plan with for phase about the triggers, education, acquisition, and retention. We also list out the main methods, the activity, and the channels we will use for S3. The main idea is we want to use the Forbit swap on App Store to get the attention first. Then we will start to educate and acquire the new users for the Forbitspace. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jason. Questions to Jason and Forbitspace, please. Any questions? All right. Maybe Clement, Joe, nothing from your side?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. Just I just think of one of the project that we invested in, who is also doing the smart like routing of the like multi-chain DEX routing, but the different part is they're using like machine learning to figure out a route for the user to transfer that asset. So I guess if I have to ask you guys a question, I will be that. What do you see you guys have in your competitive like strength? What is your edge sort of way?
Yes, the first I think the protocol fee is one of our competitive to the others protocol, and the second is we always offer the best price for trader. So because when users they trade on a single DEX, they will never get the best price. But with our smart hour routing, they will get the best price. So I think the problem in the market that a lot of people never didn't know about the DEX aggregator. They didn't know they will get the best price. They didn't know they can earn the best profit if they trade on the DEX aggregator. So I think this is the opportunity for us. We will approach them by educate them about the DEX aggregator, give them some tips about how to earn and how to get the best profits on every single trade. I think, yeah, this is our main strategy.
And are you subsidizing the trading fee for the traders?
Yes. About the trading fees, we at this time we didn't take any trading fee, but in the next versions of the Forbitspace, we will take 0.05% of the trading volume.
Yeah, because from what I can see is that your CAC might be really high. The customer acquisition cost. Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. What do you mean by the customer cost?
Just the customer acquisition cost for you guys might be a little high.
Yeah,
from what I can see. Yeah.
Yes, because I think it is the best time of the market. So this is the plan for next month, and I think it is not too high. Because you know what, the trader using the DEX aggregator, they will trade with a big volume. So when the average number is about 40K on 6 months. So I don't think so. We can get about 700K in the revenue. So I don't think is a high number. It's a high cost.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Clement. Jason, I guess the rest of the questions will come in private. So thank you so much for the pitch and for joining us.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so the last but not least, I wanted to pass the mic to Charles from Wallet of Kitty, the startup from Switzerland. So Charles, please, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
First question. Okay, excellent. So this is Wallet of Kitty. Wallet of Kitty is, to get straight to the point, it's a multi-currency wallet, a multi-protocol wallet for the metaverse, or both inside the metaverse and outside specifically. The idea itself came from a conversation that we had earlier in the year with Misfits Gaming, or more specifically their Web3 venture called Block One Games, in which they were lamenting the state of the wallets that they're having to use for their Web3 ventures. And so it started a long conversation in which we started looking at the existing wallets, and we started working through what it is that they would want from a wallet, and then designing up what that could look like. So let me just, here we go. Basically, what we realized is that at the moment there is a war going on with the wallets, and there are a lot of wallet projects which we get a lot of feedback when we sort of present this, where people go, it's a very crowded space. But we came to realize one thing when we were going through all of the different wallets, the projects. I mean, this is the reason why there's a war going on, because obviously the projected income for the metaverse over the next 10 years is astronomical. Whether or not you believe that particular figure or not, it's all of the figures, all of the projections are enormous. But when we started looking at all of it, we realized that there's a paradigm of competition going on where the different projects are all competing with each other, but they're all competing in the same way. So all of the conversations are around things like function versus form, seed phrases to FA, social hacking versus cold hacking, cold storage versus hot storage, custody versus non-centralization versus versus decentralization. The experiences are very protocol heavy, user experience light. They're not doing things like trying to predict what protocols you should be using. So really, if you sort of break it down, what that means is you've got crypto natives building for crypto natives and talking the language of crypto natives, which is fine if you're a crypto native, but it doesn't really help for mass adoption. And so there's an adage in sort of product development, which is build a better mousetrap and the world will beat a path to your door. Well, it's been shown time and again that this just isn't true. So the paradigm of competition really shouldn't be about these crypto natives speak to other crypto natives speak. It should be about how do we go after the mass, go after the masses in terms of the early majority and basically cross the chasm, so to speak. So we started rethinking that and what could we do in order to achieve that goal of basically getting mass adoption. And obviously these are the very simple things. So talk in a human, simplified, accessible and fun way, make it very fun, and start with Web 2.5 rather than Web 3. So I will show you in the solution that we're proposing, that's exactly what we're doing. So the thing can live outside of the metaverse as well as inside of the metaverse. And this is it. This is Wallet of Kitty. It's gamified, it's simplified, it uses rewards to incentivize and change behavior. And most importantly, it's just fun. So what we're going to do is basically use a buy not build approach. So we have a number of technologies that we're going to plug together, one of which is a debit card. So basically we can plug into the EMV network. And then obviously we have a platform in place for basically enabling us to do swaps in real time between the most common protocols being used throughout the metaverse. And then more importantly, what we're going to do is put this NFT in the center of it, which is of the lucky cat. So I think most people will know the lucky cat brings good fortune, but we're going to make it so that it's customizable. And then all of that, whenever you use the wallet, effectively it gives you rewards. So it'll either give you tokens for doing purchases, et cetera, that you can redeem to update your lucky cat, or we'll give you rewards. And the rewards come in the form of rewards coming from Web3 games and Web3 gaming companies, i.e. extra turns, it might be NFTs, it might be skins, whatever it is. But it's basically that allows us to then drive the user back into the games, and we create a nice virtuous circle where people use the wallet to do some purchasing, both in the game and then outside, and then we give them rewards to drive them back into the games. But the beautiful part of this is the lucky cat, and the fact that over time you can start to update it. So you might be able to have an Android cat or a ninja cat or a samurai cat. And the way that we're going to do it is we thankfully in our network, we actually have access to a guy called Jake Davies, who's going to design the cats for us. And so for those of you who don't know who he is, which is probably everybody, he's the lead designer for Star Wars. So he's probably one of the best known artists in the world where nobody knows who he is. Pretty much everyone will know his work. Well, probably half the world's population know his work. So he designed BB-8, he designed the Porgs, he's done all of the recent Star Wars television series and 3 of the films before that. And then we're going to use a company called Meta Labs to actually do the NFT, create an NFT that they did recently called jFactory. What it actually is it's actually using Unreal Engine and MetaHumans. So what these are they're fully boned and rigged models. So we can fully bone and rig the cats. And even though you update them and you put a new hat on or glasses or whatever it is that you want to do with it, we can still animate it on your screen. So when you go to do a purchase, so you go to Starbucks or something to buy a coffee with your winnings from the game, and you basically pay with your phone, your cat will jump up and basically be fully animated in the screen. We'll do a little jig or do a little dance, do a backflip, whatever it is. We can stream different commands into it, but then it will do the spinner and you'll get rewards. And between the haptic feedback of the actual cat itself, as in your phone will vibrate, etc., the animation and the constant stream of rewards, we can change user behavior such that effectively people become addicted to using, and they'll prefer to use it than their normal debit card.
Charles, sorry to interrupt, just the last phrases, please. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So this is the raise. We're looking to raise 2.5 in pre-seed funding. We're in the process of doing technical spikes, but we haven't started proper dev. We have soft promises of 500,000, and we're looking to do it with the sale of safes with warrant on token sales, because we're looking to do a token sale later down the track. And this is the team, but obviously I can get into that with people privately. Questions?
Thank you so much, Charles. Amazing design of the deck, by the way. I really love it. Questions to Charles in the wallet of Kitty, please. I know everybody's tired. Come on.
Yeah, I guess I can start. I would imagine that you're supporting the EVM chains right now.
Yeah, the intention is to start with the EVM chain. We've been having conversations with the Tezos Foundation and with Polygon and Neo Nations because obviously they're quite keen for us to support those straight out of the vat. Misfits, Misfits, we've heard quietly that they've done a deal with a very major game publisher that they want to introduce us to as well. But the EVM chains would be the starting place.
Can the user sign in with their Web2 like email or other social media?
Yeah, we'll look at making it as accessible as possible. So all of the different methods of signing in, absolutely.
So you have plans to do user education as well?
Yeah, I mean, we want to make it really fun. So it'll be probably dressed up in cat language and with little ears and whiskers or whatever, but like, you know, sort of funny little videos and expressions. Like we sort of joke about perfect rewards and things like that. But so it will be education, but it'll be in a kind of fun and gamified way.
So the cats will comes with the wallet registration.
Yes, so everybody gets a kitten initially, and then what we'll do is like every month or every time there's an anniversary, we'll have limited release editions that people can purchase to add to their cat. So it might be, there's the crowning of King Charles next year, so we might release a whole bunch of crowns to go along with it, sort of in memory of that. Or, the World Cup's on at the moment, so it might have some football kit to go with it. So you can basically just upgrade your cat. And the idea is we'll back it off to OpenSea. So in essence, as your cat becomes more and more unique and exotic, it will go up in value. And in theory, people can bid on it and buy it from you, and then you can start again. So that's the idea of the cat just being just a fun thing that gets people engaged. But obviously we can animate the thing irrespective of what add-ons you've got through Unreal Engine, which just makes it really unique and really cool and fun. And effectively, every time you pay for something with your phone, you're at Starbucks and somebody sees your cat going crazy, they're going to want to know what that is. And obviously it takes a whole viral aspect.
So in terms of revenue, are you planning to do integrated DEX to attract the transaction fees? Or
yeah, so in the back ends, that's exactly part of the stack, is we want to basically have an instance of Fireblock so we can do basically get the best rates from the different decks in order to basically do the swaps for the customers. And then we can make a margin on that because we can drive down what we pay. And obviously, because it's a consumer product, we can charge a higher rate. And then effectively we can make margin there. I mean, obviously we don't want to, rip them off, but because it's they're a lot less conscious of the rate that you're paying. And then because we plug it into the EMV network, i.e. oh, sorry, I lost my microphone. We can get interchange fees as well for whenever somebody uses it in the real world. So if you go and buy a coffee, for example, we get interchange on that too. So it's a combo business model in that respect.
Got it. So you said you are raising 2.5 million. Do you have a valuation for that?
No, we wanted to do it as safe as possible and avoid the valuation question. I mean, if you want to get into a valuation question and to do equity, then obviously we can have that conversation. But if we because we want to either go to a Series A or do a token sale next year, and it makes more sense to start getting into valuation questions when you've got the thing in market, people can see it, you can get some traction, see people downloading it, etc., etc. Our expectation is when we release the press about the fact that Jake is doing, the guy that designed BB-8 and Baby Yoda and all of these things, so you can now have his designed cat on your phone, will drive enough publicity that will get downloads.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that you're right now at the pre-seed round, and if you're raising 2.5, that means the valuation could be, maybe if you are raising 10%, there will be like 25 million for your pre-seed. So I'm just trying to figure out how's the situation here.
Well, that was exactly why we wanted to avoid the valuation question by doing safes, because what is this valued at? It could be valued at 10 million, it could be valued at 5, it could be valued at 25. Whereas if we do it this way, then basically we don't face the valuation question until we actually have an idea of what it's worth.
Got it. Yeah.
And obviously within the safe, well, within the safe, obviously, we give a discount on the next round, whether it be 20% or 25%, so that it's worthwhile for the investors to come in now.
Yeah, thank you for your answers. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, Clement. Any other questions? Well, I guess that was clear, Charles. So thank you so much for the presentation. Amazing job, amazing project. Okay, I think we're finally done for today. So thank you so much, everyone, all the investors and startups who joined us today. That was an amazing session. And for everyone who watched us live in YouTube and LinkedIn, stay tuned for our December sessions. I think we're going to be super tuned and hungry for more prospective startups. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Wishing good night for those in Asia and good evening for those in Europe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Good time,
Take
everyone.
care.